After the age of 60, something quiet but dangerous begins to happen inside the body. Every single year, up to 3% of muscle mass slowly disappears. Not because you stopped moving, not because you gave up, but because your body no longer responds to nutrition the way it used to. A study from Harvard researchers found that aging muscles become resistant to low-quality protein. That means the same powders and supplements that once worked in your younger years may now pass through your body without truly rebuilding strength. This is where most people get it wrong. They keep adding more protein but not better nutrition. And over time, they start to notice the signs. Legs feel weaker, stairs become harder, balance begins to slip, energy fades faster than it used to. It doesn't happen overnight, but one day it becomes impossible to ignore. But here's the part that may surprise you. The solution isn't in expensive supplements. It's in simple, natural foods that your body can actually absorb, use, and turn into real strength again. In today's video, we're going to reveal 8 powerful foods that help slow down and even fight back against muscle loss after 60, starting from number 8 all the way to the number 1 food that continues working while you sleep. Before we begin, I want to ask you something simple. Have you ever spent money on protein powders and wondered if they really worked? Tell me in the comments. Your story might help someone else make a better choice. Now let's begin with number 8. Food number 8. Spirulina. Spirulina may look like nothing more than a dark green powder, but for older adults trying to protect their strength, it can be one of the most surprisingly useful foods in the kitchen. This natural algae is rich in protein, but what makes it stand out is that it also brings along important nutrients the aging body needs, including iron, magnesium, and antioxidants. That matters after 60 because muscle loss is no longer just about not eating enough. It is also about whether the body can absorb and use what it receives. Researchers have found that spirulina may help support muscle performance while also lowering certain markers of inflammation. That is important for seniors because inflammation quietly slows recovery, drains energy, and makes even simple movement feel harder than it should. When the body is constantly inflamed, muscles do not rebuild as efficiently. One gentle way to use spirulina is to start small. A half teaspoon blended into a smoothie, stirred into yogurt, or mixed with fruit can be enough in the beginning. The goal is consistency, not excess. Too much too quickly can upset the stomach or create a taste some people find hard to enjoy. The biggest mistake is treating spirulina like a miracle fix. It works best as part of a daily eating pattern built around real, nourishing foods. For seniors, that steady support can make a meaningful difference in energy, recovery, and confidence with movement. Food number 7, pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds may be small, but they carry the kind of nutrition that aging muscles quietly depend on. After 60, many people focus only on protein and forget that muscles also need minerals to contract, recover, and stay strong. Pumpkin seeds offer a natural combination of protein, magnesium, zinc, and iron, making them far more valuable than their size suggests. This matters because magnesium plays a direct role in muscle function. When the body does not get enough of it, cramps become more common, recovery feels slower, and weakness can start showing up in everyday life. Zinc also supports tissue repair, while iron helps carry oxygen to the muscles. Without these nutrients, even simple tasks like walking upstairs or standing up from a chair can feel more tiring than they should. One study published in Nutrients found that older adults with better magnesium intake tended to preserve more muscle mass as they aged. That helps explain why a simple food like pumpkin seeds can make such a difference over time. They do not just feed the muscles, they help the body hold on to strength. A practical way to use them is to sprinkle ground pumpkin seeds over oatmeal, yogurt, or soup. Some seniors prefer them lightly roasted, while others blend them into a powder for easier digestion. The key is not eating them by the handful without thought, especially if chewing is difficult or digestion is sensitive. For older adults, pumpkin seeds are a quiet but powerful ally. They support strength, stability, and the kind of daily movement that keeps independence alive. Food number 6, amaranth. Amaranth is one of those foods many people have heard of but rarely use. And that is a shame because it offers something especially valuable for seniors trying to protect muscle. Unlike many grains, amaranth contains all 9 essential amino acids. That makes it a complete protein, which is important after 60 when the body becomes less efficient at repairing and rebuilding muscle tissue. What makes amaranth even more impressive is its lysine content. Most grains are low in lysine, but this amino acid plays an important role in muscle repair and recovery. For older adults, that means amaranth can support the body not only after exercise, but also after ordinary daily activity. When recovery improves, movement feels less draining, and the body is better able to maintain strength over time. Research on nutrient-dense grains has shown that amaranth also provides magnesium, calcium, and iron, which support both muscles and bones together. That combination matters because strength and stability do not come from muscle alone. Seniors need nourishment that helps the whole movement system stay resilient. A simple way to use amaranth is to cook it into a soft porridge, stir it into soups, or use it as a base instead of rice or oatmeal. Some people even mix amaranth flour into pancakes or homemade breads. The mistake to avoid is expecting it to work like a supplement. It is not a quick fix. It is a slow, steady food that supports the body over time. For seniors, amaranth is a smart choice because it brings complete nourishment in a form the body can actually use day after day. Food number 5, egg whites. Egg whites have been praised for years as a clean source of protein, and it is true that they provide high-quality protein with very little fat. But for seniors, this is where the conversation becomes more important. Egg whites alone are not the full answer. After 60, the body needs more than isolated protein. It also needs the vitamins, healthy fats, and supportive nutrients that help muscles, nerves, and bones work together. This is why many experts now emphasize the value of the whole egg. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that whole eggs may stimulate muscle protein synthesis more effectively than egg whites alone, even when the protein amount is similar. In simple terms, the body appears to use the complete package better than a stripped-down version. That matters for older adults whose muscles are already slower to respond. A practical way to think about egg whites is this. They are useful, but they should not replace the yolk entirely unless a doctor has given a specific reason. The yolk contains choline, vitamin D, and other nutrients that support strength, coordination, and overall vitality. Without those nutrients, seniors may miss out on benefits that go far beyond muscle alone. One easy approach is to prepare one whole egg with additional egg whites if more protein is needed. That gives the body both concentrated protein and the broader nourishment that supports healthy aging. The mistake is assuming that less fat always means better health. For seniors, true strength does not come from removing everything. It comes from giving the body the complete nutrition it needs to stay steady, energized, and resilient. Food number 4. Moringa leaves. Moringa leaves have been called one of the most nutrient-dense plant foods in the world, and for seniors, that reputation is not an exaggeration. After 60, the body begins needing more support from food, not less. Muscles recover more slowly, energy drops more easily, and digestion often becomes more sensitive. Moringa leaves offer a rare combination of plant protein, essential amino acids, calcium, magnesium, iron, and antioxidants in one natural food, which makes them especially valuable for older adults trying to hold on to their strength. What makes moringa so helpful is that it supports more than one system at the same time. The amino acids help nourish muscle tissue, while iron supports oxygen delivery and calcium helps maintain the foundation that muscles depend on. Scientists have also studied moringa for its antioxidant compounds, which may help reduce oxidative stress. That matters because oxidative stress quietly contributes to weakness, fatigue, and slower recovery in aging bodies. A gentle way to use moringa is to add a small amount of moringa powder to soup, tea, smoothies, or soft foods. Starting with a small serving is important because the body often responds better to gradual change than sudden overload. Some people enjoy the leaves cooked into broths or stews, where the taste becomes milder and easier to accept. The mistake is assuming that more is always better. Moringa should be used carefully and consistently, especially for seniors taking medications or managing blood sugar. For older adults, this humble leaf can become a steady source of strength, helping the body feel more supported, nourished, and capable with each passing week. Food number 3. Lentils. Lentils are simple, affordable, and often underestimated. Yet for seniors, they can be one of the most reliable foods for protecting muscle and energy. After 60, the body does not just need protein, it also needs steady nourishment that supports blood flow, oxygen delivery, and recovery. Lentils do all three at once. They provide a rich source of plant protein along with iron, folate, magnesium, and fiber, making them a powerful food for older adults who want to stay strong without depending on processed supplements. One reason lentils matter so much is that aging muscles are deeply affected by circulation and metabolism. When iron intake is low, less oxygen reaches the tissues, and even light movement can feel more exhausting. Folate helps support healthy blood cells, while magnesium contributes to muscle function and recovery. The fiber in lentils also helps steady blood sugar, which is important because repeated spikes and crashes can leave seniors feeling drained and may quietly contribute to muscle breakdown over time. A practical way to enjoy lentils is to add them to soups, stews, or soft casseroles. Red lentils cook down quickly and are easy to digest, while green or brown lentils hold their shape better and add more texture. Pairing them with tomatoes, peppers, or other foods rich in vitamin C can also help the body absorb their iron more effectively. The mistake is thinking lentils are only a side dish. For seniors, they can be a true foundation food. They support strength, endurance, and stable energy in a way that feels gentle, natural, and sustainable. Food number 2, seaweed. Seaweed may seem like an unusual food for muscle health, but for seniors, it can be one of the most overlooked sources of support in the diet. Foods like nori and wakame contain not only small amounts of protein, but also valuable minerals, amino acids, and protective compounds that help the body stay resilient with age. After 60, that matters more than ever because muscle loss is rarely caused by protein alone. It is often made worse by inflammation, poor recovery, and gradual nutrient depletion. Seaweed brings something special to the table because it helps nourish the body in a broader way. It contains minerals that support nerve signaling and muscle contraction, along with antioxidants that may help protect aging cells from damage. Some research has also explored compounds in seaweed that appear to support metabolism and reduce inflammatory stress. For older adults, that can mean better recovery after movement, less fatigue, and stronger support for the tissues that keep the body active. One of the easiest ways to use seaweed is to keep it simple. Nori can be eaten as a light snack or crumbled over rice, eggs, or soup. Wakame can be added to broths and soft meals, making it easier for seniors who prefer gentle textures. Small amounts used regularly tend to work better than large amounts eaten once in a while. The main caution is not to overdo it, especially for those with thyroid concerns or sodium restrictions. For seniors, seaweed is not a miracle food, but it is a smart one. It offers quiet, steady support that helps the body stay stronger from the inside out. Food number 1, cottage cheese. Cottage cheese may not look impressive at first glance, but for seniors, it can be one of the most effective foods for protecting muscle over time. What makes it special is not just the amount of protein it contains, but the type of protein. Cottage cheese is rich in casein, a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids gradually into the body over several hours. After 60, this becomes incredibly important because muscles are more prone to breakdown, especially during long periods without food, such as overnight. Research in the field of aging and nutrition has shown that consuming slow-digesting protein before sleep may help support muscle maintenance during the night. Instead of the body going hours without nourishment, it continues receiving a steady supply of building blocks. For seniors, that can mean less overnight muscle loss and better recovery by morning. A simple habit is to enjoy a small serving of cottage cheese in the evening, either on its own or paired with soft fruits like berries or peaches. This not only supports muscle health, but also provides calcium, which contributes to bone strength, an essential factor for balance and mobility. The mistake many people make is overlooking simple foods in favor of expensive supplements. Cottage cheese works quietly without additives or unnecessary ingredients, giving the body exactly what it needs in a form it can use. For older adults, this is what real strength looks like. Not quick fixes, but steady nourishment that supports the body even while you rest. You've just discovered 8 powerful foods that can help support muscle strength after 60, and each one plays a unique role, from spirulina at number 8 to pumpkin seeds, amaranth, egg whites paired with the yolk, moringa leaves, lentils, seaweed, and finally cottage cheese at number 1. The message is clear. Strength does not come from one single food. It comes from giving your body consistent, balanced nourishment it can actually use over time. These small choices can lead to something much bigger: stronger legs, better balance, more energy throughout the day, and most importantly, the ability to stay independent and continue doing the things you love. Aging is natural, but losing strength too quickly does not have to be. The question now is simple. Which of these foods are already part of your routine, and which one are you thinking about trying first? Share your answer in the comments. Your experience could inspire someone else to take that first step toward better health. If this video helped you see things differently, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. It helps more people discover simple, science-based ways to stay strong after 60. Because in the end, your muscles are more than strength. They are your freedom.